Hi guys, and welcome to another pick a card reading. So I'm outside again today, guys, but I've picked a different location. So I am at a sports field, and I really hope that this is a lot quieter for you guys. So here's hoping there's no loads of background noise or anything like that, and no interruptions this time. If you tuned into the last reading, you'll know what I'm talking about. And now there is a road nearby, guys, but it is not a main road, so hopefully if you do hear any cars, it will be very minimal, one or two, and that's about it. There is a little slight bit of breeze, so hopefully the wind noise won't be picked up too much by the microphone. But if it is, I will do my best to edit that out when I get back. So yeah, so let's get in. First of all, let me say a big thank you to everybody that tuned in to my last reading. I was in awe of how many views I had. Because obviously this YouTube channel is one of my little babies, and I love it very much, and I love you guys, and to see it grow the way that it has is just been incredible. So thank you so much for all those views and all my lovely new subscribers. Guys, welcome to the fam, and thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It's so great to see my channel grow, and let's keep going with that. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do, because as I say, with all my readings, you just get all of my awesome content. And guys, I will say too, I do post every now and then in the community section, so if you are subscribed, don't forget to check that out every now and then too, because there can be some messages there, and sometimes too, which I did do recently, I ask you guys what you would like to see in terms of a next video. So, if you want to have some input on that, do check out the comment section. So if I don't get, any direct sort of messages from Spirit that, they want me to do a certain reading, then, I often like to sort of turn it to you guys. So don't forget to check out the comment section, and, there can be some other stuff there as well. Now, speaking of the comment section, guys, I did put something up the other day that I want to talk about before we get into today's reading. So if you have just a little bit of time, please do continue to listen. If you don't, guys, you can go straight down to the pick a pile section, but stick around, because I have had some dreams lately, very vivid dreams, and the one I had most recent, guys, and I just feel the need to talk about this, was about dark entities appearing in public, okay? And basically, I would go into all the details of my dream, but we don't have time to do that. So, but it was a dream about a lot of people being affected by negative entities, the masses in public, basically. So I want to say to you guys to be very, very careful going out in public, especially if you are out in big crowds, some kind of gathering, a concert, a market, some kind of big outdoor thing where there's loads of people around, because I just feel like this is a message for the collective here. Just be really careful. And it's interesting because now I'm going to mention, so there is another tarot reading lady who happens to be in Queensland, like me, because I'm here in Queensland, guys, in Australia, and she is a really great tarot reader, by the way, so do check out her channel. I believe she's changed it now to Harry's Healing Center, but she was Voyager's Visions, so if you may already be aware of her. But anyways, in one of her videos, guys, that I was watching, she did happen to mention a very similar thing about negative entities and such affecting crowds in public places. So I just want to point that out, and shout out to you. Hi Harry, by the way. I love your channel, so hopefully if you haven't checked out her channel, go check out her channel. But guys, this just seems to be a message that the collective needs to hear. So like I say, do be very careful when you guys go out You know, just be very protective of your energy. And now, guys, you know, if you know you're going out to a big event or something like that, and there's a lot of crowds around, you know, there's several ways that you can protect your energy. You might want to do the violet flame, and I'm not going to go into how to do that, guys, because that would really be its own sort of reading, if you will, or video, I should say. So you can check that out. You can Google that up or whatever you'd like to do there. But violet flame is one way to do it, guys. You can do some meditation. There are some wonderful meditations for protection on YouTube, okay? You can check out some of those binaural beats, things like that. Also, guys, you know, the other thing you can do if you're familiar with smudging and things like that, you might want to get some sage, light a bit of sage before you go out somewhere and just sort of cleanse your energy field. And, you know, you can do the same with like Palo Santo and incense and all those kinds of things. So it's however you want to do it. But I just would suggest you guys really being careful to protect your energy right now. It seems to be the collective message. And also, guys, you know, just a heads up, you know, if you are feeling a bit off and you're thinking like, you know, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, just have a think about, you know, have I, you know, been affected by the things I've been doing lately. So if you have been out in a heap of crowds, if you've been affected by, you know, sort of energy when you've been out, you know, this could be the cause. It may not actually be you. It may be, you know, coming from outer sources. So I just wanted to mention that quickly, guys. So just do be careful, please, and protect yourselves. Okay. So lots of love and light, and we are going to get into the piles. Now, today's reading is about your biggest accomplishment this lifetime. So we are going to tap into this, and I am going to do a couple of sections. So we're going to start off with some chakra stuff, get into that. I just want to see, you know, sort of what aligns with that accomplishment in terms of chakra. So for instance, you know, if your biggest accomplishment is something to do with, you know, singing or, you know, speeches, or, you know, maybe you're a writer, something like that, then hopefully we'll pick up on the throat chakra, you know, for instance, like that. If you are a very spiritual person and maybe your biggest accomplishment, is going to be something in terms of spiritual stuff, maybe you'll get the crown chakra, so on and so forth. So let us see what comes through today. And then also I'm going to get some advice at the end. So I really hope you enjoyed today's reading. Again, guys, if you have not subscribed, please do, okay? And also like the video if you did enjoy. And thank you again. Also, I forgot to mention, thank you for the comments in the last video. I so much appreciated that. It is so good to get feedback, guys, and it spurs me on, okay? It motivates me for the next reading when I know that you guys are enjoying them and they resonate. So thank you so much for that. All right, guys, let's get into your piles. There are 3 piles today. Here are your choices. The timestamps will be down in the description box as well as the comment section. Pile 1, and this is your reading. So we are looking at your greatest accomplishment this lifetime. Now, when I say this, guys, I am talking about either something that may be currently in process for you guys, okay, or this is yet to come, okay? So I'm not really expecting to pick up on energies of something that you've already accomplished, okay? We're looking at something that is either in the process right now in your current energy, or it's something that's yet to come. So we are starting off with a chakra card, that I've pulled for you guys. I just want to see what chakra aligns with this accomplishment, and I feel like that can help you too. So for instance, you may want to work on this chakra in order to help you achieve this, whatever it is that's coming, in your life here. And so we'll get into that. Then we're going to get into just some tarot. I've got an oracle deck I'm using as well for the main messages. So we're going to get into what this achievement is, okay? And then we're going to get some advice at the end. So let's get into this. So you guys have got the 5th chakra. So the 5th chakra is the throat chakra. So this is all about the throat. So as it says here, the energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. So this could be your greatest achievement, could be something to do with the throat. So maybe using your voice in some way, like you may be a singer, you might be an author, so writing might be your thing. It's another way, of course, to express ourselves through words, through the throat chakra. You guys may be some kind of a public speaker. Okay, there is a number of things here that may be connected here to the throat chakra. But also, if that is not resonating with you, this could be to do with the communicate clearly and truthfully. So maybe this accomplishment that you are making has something to do with you sort of telling some kind of a truth here, speaking truthfully, right? So for instance, maybe you're a bit of a bringer of truth to the world in whatever field this may be. Or now again, when I say accomplishment, guys, this doesn't have to be in terms of career either, okay? So your biggest accomplishment, for instance, could be having a family, for instance, and the work that you do within your family, being a wonderful mother or a father, for instance. This could be being, if you don't, obviously want to have kids, this could be being, just a very supportive, loving partner. All those kinds of things, right? This could be anything, guys. If this is spiritual work, the biggest thing could be your spiritual growth. But we're talking about the 5th chakra here. So again, I do think that this has something to do with your throat. So guys, you may want to do some work on your throat chakra if you haven't, or if you feel maybe your throat chakra might need working on. And I will say, we do get little clues now and again to the kinds of chakras that we may need to work on. So for instance, with the 5th chakra here, you may find that you've got a dry throat a lot lately, or you're needing to sort of clear your throat quite a bit. I find a lot of the times when I am constantly right, wanting to clear my throat, it's usually an indication that I need to work on my throat chakra. And also too, to align yourself with this chakra, you may want to wear some blue. You may even associate with the color blue. It may be one of your favorite colors, which could be another indication of sort of a sign for you here, and some confirmation towards your biggest achievement. So the throat chakra, guys, so you may want to take a look at the throat chakra, and have a look too on YouTube, because there are a plethora of really great chakra meditations. There's full chakra tune-ups, guys, if you want to do the full 7 chakras, which I do on a regular basis. So I can, definitely tell you it is very, very helpful. And, but there are ones, they go for like 3 hours. Some of them are even like overnight if you really wanted to put it on like while you were sleeping. So for instance, if you're a very busy person and you don't have time during the daytime, you may want to do one of those where you can just have it on in the background while you sleep. But, you may find that in working with this chakra, this can help you to align with this sort of, your greatest accomplishment here. So let's get in further to see what this is. Okay, guys, so the main part of your reading here, we have the cards power, taking risks, freedom, and pleasure. Those are the oracles. For your tarot, we have the World, the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the Judgment card. 8 may be something there for you guys. You may be seeing a lot of 8s lately. So what I feel for you guys here is that this is something to do with reclaiming your power. I feel this is personal power here, okay? So with the World card here, there could be a closing out of a cycle, some kind of karmic cycle perhaps even that's ending. There's something coming to completion here, and this could be to sort of like a completion of self. Maybe you feel like, you know, you've been through a lot in your life, and you know, maybe recently you've been leveling up, or you're about to level up, and I feel like you're sort of coming to some kind of like ultimate version of yourself, I want to almost say. You know, it's sort of like version, you know, 2.0 or something, you know what I mean, where it's kind of like, you know, this is a whole new me. In a sense, this is the kind of energy I'm feeling here. And you can see on the World card there, she looks very happy. So I do feel like, you know, that energy coming through for you guys, just feeling really elated. Now the World card, you know, can talk too about literal travel as well. So for some of you, you know, a part of this could be you actually traveling. So there could be that as well. And I'll get back to that in a minute. There's more I want to say on that. So, but this can involve taking a risk here in order to get to some kind of freedom and pleasure for you guys. And we do have the 5 of Cups. So, you know, this energy can talk about, you know, feeling sort of down, depleted, you know, there's some regret here, there's a bit of disappointment here. This can even be, you know, suffering from grief, you know, all those kinds of things. And, you know, the 5 of Cups talks about how focused one becomes on the empty cups, right, on the negative, without us realizing that there is actually still some positive things around us. There is another way of looking at this situation. If we'd only just turn around, because you can see here, of course, on this card, you know, the empty cups, and yet there's the full cup right behind her, but she's not focusing on that. She's focusing on you know, the loss. She's focusing on the negative aspects, right? But what I love is you have the 8 of Cups right next to it, and this is walking away. She's turned away. She's walking off actually towards the sun, which is really, really great, right? So I feel like some of you are actually sort of making that realization of like, oh, there's a cup next to me. It's a full cup. Wow, you know, like, was that there the whole time? So I think maybe some of you are actually able to sort of shift this scenario around, and I do feel a shift happening here, guys. But I feel like it is a shift that is not so much coming from, you know, the universe or anything like that. I don't think it's outer sources. It is you guys coming into your own power, taking back your power, because I feel like this is the accomplishment you're making. You taking matters into your own hands, standing up for yourself. This could be for some of you, you know, speaking the truth. And we have that here with the throat chakra, don't we? So communicate clearly and truthfully. So I feel like this has something to do with you guys speaking up about your situation or yourself, what you want for yourself. So if you feel like perhaps, you know, you're in a situation where outer influences perhaps have been holding you back, you feel like you can't be yourself, or you feel like, you know, the situations that, you know, sort of life has thrown you into, you know, has really put you sort of locked in a cage. But what I'm seeing is you guys have that key, and you're unlocking that door yourselves. And, you know, you're like, we've got the 2 birds here on the taking risks and the freedom, right? You're flying free, right? You're setting yourself free here. Now, like I said, with the taking risks, you know, this is some kind of it's something that may feel like a risk, right? But it's going to pay off, right? Because we do have the freedom, we have the pleasure, and we have the Judgment card here too, which is all about liberation, right? So, you know, and look, the first steps really with anything can seem quite intimidating, can seem scary. But once you take that first step and you realize, hey, that wasn't so bad, you know, everything else sort of follows a lot more. It seems to be a lot more easily, right? Or at least you're not as put off, you're not as intimidated, you're not as afraid, right? It's sort of like, oh, I've taken the first step. Yeah, cool. Now I've got the momentum, right? And we have the Eight of Wands here. So the momentum to sort of move forward with this and say, yeah, I'm really going for this now. And you know, with, I did mention, you know, this could possibly be actual travel. So for some of you, this risk taking, could be involving literal travel for you guys. Maybe your current environment isn't serving you, and so like the Eight of Cups, you literally maybe need to walk away. Maybe you're walking off and she's walking towards the sun. Maybe you guys are moving to a place that has a lot more sun than the place you're currently at. You know, I mean, that's obviously just a physical example there, but you know, in terms of your spiritual growth, because the Eight of Cups can talk about that too, going off in search of that missing cup, right? Going off in search of what's missing in your life. So this can be a self-discovery journey. This can be you know, you guys, you know, already knowing what it is that you want or who you are, but just finally standing up for that and not being afraid to show that to the world, or even, you know, because sometimes too, you know, we are met with a bit of conflict or a bit of judgment and things like that, right, from other people. You know, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, or I don't think that's the best for you. And we have all these outer influences, and they're constantly, you know, sort of at our, you know, face and in our ears, and it can be really hard sometimes to move ourselves away from that energy and say, okay, this is really what I want. Now everyone else around me is saying one thing, is saying another thing, but you know, I am wanting something completely different. You know, how do I express that to people? How do I get this out there? Because, you know, sometimes we're in that position where we go, well, I don't want to offend anybody, right? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, you know, but at the same time, I have to follow my heart, or I have to, you know, I have to be me, right? Because I'm not happy if I'm not me, if I'm pretending to be somebody else, or I'm doing things for other people and not for myself, right? And I can tell you guys, you know, I have been through that situation myself, and you know, it has been a really hard road to get to this point to where I've been able to say, this is me, and you know, you either like it or you don't, basically. And I'm proud to be me, and I you know, I walk the path of authenticity, right? Because this is what this is about, being ourselves. You know, we shouldn't be confined to small spaces in terms of our hearts and our souls. You know, we should be allowed to fly free. We should be allowed self-expression, and for that to be, you know, accepted and respected by others. You know, and maybe not everybody has to agree with it, you know, in certain terms, but you know, there should be a level of respect there between one another. You know, you're this person, you're that person, you're into this, you're into that. I mean, I'm me, I'm into other things. That's perfectly fine. You know, each to their own, as the saying goes. So I feel like this is you guys really sort of taking this initiative and going, you know what, now is the time. You know, I need to do this for me. And you're taking your power. Now, for some of you, okay, because this is a collective reading, you could even be resonating with this, but also you could be going a step further and sort of helping others to gain their freedom as well. So maybe something with the throat chakra here could be helping others with their freedom, helping them to take that first step, you know, take that risk. And I'm seeing the Fool card, even though we don't have it. So some kind of Fool energy here of, like, you know, taking a leap of faith, for instance, getting people, you know, helping people out of this Five of Cups energy, for them to see that cup that's still standing, you know, that's still full behind them, you know. So, and in this, you could be taking this to the world. Literally, you could be an influencer. You could be, you know, reaching the world here with these messages, with this truth that you may be speaking. And so that could be the case for some of you, that you're literally taking this to the world. But for others of you, you know, it is simply just that soul journey of you guys being comfortable with yourselves enough to move forward and say, hey, this is me, and I'm doing me now. You know, so I really feel this for you guys, and that's leading you to this pleasure ultimately of you guys sort of, you know, being a lot happier if you're resonating with being in that Five of Cups energy right now, which I feel some of you are. But you're moving out of this, okay? You're taking yourself out of this. And I do feel that this is your choice here to do this. You are making these movements. You are taking these risks from whatever is not serving you right now, whatever you feel that is keeping you closed in a box right now, or keeping you trapped right now. Whatever it is that you feel, you are liberating yourselves with the Judgment card here. And, you know, you guys have the ability to do this. You guys have the strength. You guys have the tools to do this, okay? A lot of the times we don't see this within ourselves. Or, you know, even if we do, there's still an air of us sort of feeling like, oh, I don't know, should I do it? You know, should I take that move? I know that maybe that's the next step I should take, but should I really do it? I don't know. Yes, no, I don't know. And again, you know, that can come from the outer influences that can really affect us. But I feel like you guys are, you know, once you get past that first step, so whether that is, you know, saying, look, you know, I appreciate, if this is outer influences, for an example, right? So you may say, you know, look, I appreciate your thoughts and opinions and things, and I respect them, but, you know, that's not me. And, you know, in order for me to be happy, I have to do me. And that's the point too, guys. But hang on, I'll get into that. But so that is going to, even little things like that is going to give you the momentum, right, with this Eight of Wands to move forward. And once you do, guys, I feel like things are just moving fast, right? Because the Eight of Wands is fast energy. So you guys are moving fast with this, okay? And that freedom is just going to, you know, you're just going to soar, guys, I feel like here, right? And like I said, for some of you, you're helping others as well. So, and because, you know, that's very true. You could be a leader in this sense as well, guys, because we do have with the Freedom card the big bird, and then there's all these other little birds behind, right? So, you know, people may be following in your footsteps and saying, hey, you know, they've taken this risk. They're themselves. They're not afraid to be who they are. They're speaking up on behalf of themselves, what they want, their soul's desire, whatever this is for you guys. You know, they've pulled themselves out of this situation where maybe they felt trapped, or you know, in a controlling situation, or where they couldn't be themselves, or you know, they've pulled themselves out of this you know, period of sadness, of disappointment, regret, grief, whatever this was with the Five of Cups, right? And that they've moved on, they're walking forward, and you're freeing yourself. But for some of you, like I said, you're freeing others as well. And maybe you're not even taking it to the world, right? Maybe you're not actually out there, you know, really putting this out there to the world and saying, you know, I want to help others move forward. But maybe just by, you know, others seeing you take these actions, people are being inspired. And with that Eight of Wands, you know, they're seeing this and they're going, oh, maybe I can do the same thing. So I feel like you guys are really having a huge effect here on the people around you, not just yourselves. And this is really great. And this is going to free you. For some of you, you know, because I said, you know, the World card can talk about like karmic cycles and things, right? For some of you, maybe this is something ongoing from a past life, for instance. Maybe you were quite trapped in a past life. And so, you know, your sort of soul's purpose, maybe even in this lifetime, to sort of, you know, free yourself from the constraints of you know, the opinions of others, of you know, situations in life that have tried to hold you back. But you're not allowing that to happen anymore. And the next thing for you guys is breaking free. And that is going to be your biggest accomplishment here. Right. So guys, we are going to get into your advice now. Let's see what the advice is that Spirit has for you. So when I say advice, guys, so for instance, you know, this can be a clue as to what can help you maybe move a little more forward. Sorry guys, there's a car pulling out of the driveway. Very noisy car. You know, this can be some clues and how to, you know, take the next step, move forward with this to get yourself closer to this freedom, this liberation, and your ultimate goal here, the pleasure, the, you know, discovery of self, even perhaps here with the Eight of Cups. So let's get into that now. Okay, so for your advice here, guys, for your oracle cards, we have mindful wisdom, create inner harmony, Open intuition, seek clarification. Light codes, travel awaits you. Spirit messages, observe limitations. And divine will, let go of fear, which makes a ton of sense. These cards are great. So we have the number 28, 29, 24, 34, and 12. So 24 breaks down to a 6. 6 might be something for you. 29 to an 11 breaks down to a 1. Again, another 1 here with the mindful wisdom. And we have a 7 here with spirit messages, and we have a 3 with divine will. So any of those numbers may resonate for you. Okay, so mindful wisdom, right? Create inner harmony. So I feel like, you know, this is you guys going within a bit, sort of trying to calm yourself inside a little bit, sort of find that inner peace, right? So you may be taking some time out to go within, some time in solitude, even sort of figure out what it is you feel, what it is that you want, if you're unsure at this point in time. Again, we've got the seek clarification, so open intuition. So again, I feel like this is you guys sort of tapping in to what it is your soul really wants. We did have the 8 of Cups, right? So this is going forth towards your soul's calling, to what it is your soul truly wants. You know, and so I feel like you guys are really being guided by your intuition, either now or, you know, in the very near future. And, you know, this is going to come through from you guys, you know, sort of taking that time out to yourself and really listen to what is being said inside, right? So what it is you truly want deep down, and, you know, creating that peace and harmony within yourself. So maybe for some of you, your outer world is quite chaotic, and so you're taking that time to calm the inner self. So maybe you can't control what's going on around you at this point in time, but you can certainly have control over how you feel on the inside, and how you're treating yourself on the inside. So being kinder to yourself, taking some time out to give yourself a breather, give yourself that peace if, you know, there is chaos around you right now. And you're creating that inner harmony, and it's that harmony that is getting you that clarity, getting you more in touch with your intuition. And we do have light codes here, travel awaits you. So I actually am just taking that quite literally, mainly for that message. And I did say to you guys, so some of you may actually be traveling, so you may be wanting to literally leave the place where you are right now. And that may take some risks, but with divine will here, whatever this is, this next step that you're taking, you know, you're being asked to let go of any fears, right? So we did have the taking risks card. So again, you know, this next step, you know, towards this achievement here, it may require you to go out of your comfort zone a little bit, to do something maybe that you've not done before, or something that you're not maybe very comfortable, like I said, out of your comfort zone, that you're not used to doing. But in taking this step, it is really going to propel you forward. So, you know, spirit guides are advising you right now to let go of any fears that you hold. And with that inner peace, you know, I feel like that's going to help you as well, to let go of these fears. And that may be something that you want to sort of work with internally as well, if there are any fears that are really holding you back at this point in time. And that makes a ton of sense here with observe limitations. So you're being called right now, as part of your advice, to sort of see what it is that's really limiting you right now, and how you can move forward, you know, sort of with those limitations. Like, how can you get around those limitations or remove them completely from your life? So it is a good time right now to have some time alone, to go within and to sort of really assess your situation. And I'm sort of seeing the Hanged Man card in my mind now. So, you know, for some of you, this is about seeing things from a bit of a different perspective, sort of shining light on the situation that you're in, to sort of see it in another way, maybe, you know, even a higher perspective, you know, trying to see the bigger picture here, and maybe that's going to help you see where, you know, the problem lies, and you can really sort of, you know, move forward more positively. So the overall advice here, and I really don't feel like I need to talk about it much more, is just for you guys to take some time with yourself, create that peace within, okay? If situation, like I said, feels chaotic on the outer, make sure that the inner has that peace, okay? And you can do whatever you need to do in order for you to get that peace. So whether that is meditation, whether that's you taking a day off and saying, look, I'm not engaging in anything today, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything, I'm just taking some time to myself, okay? And this could even be self-care stuff as well that makes you feel at peace with yourself. So this could be having a day where you just literally light some candles and lay in the bath for a while, something like that, right, guys? Anything that gets you to that point of peace. It could even just be you taking a solo walk out in nature or something, and reconnecting with nature, grounding yourself. For some of you, that's going to be very helpful too, is the grounding, in order to get yourself to sort of be a bit more in the 3D and really, see these limitations and get yourself out of this, see where you can get yourself out of this situation, how you can approach this situation. But it does require you guys letting go of fear here, and really listening to that intuition and what your gut instinct is telling you to do, because that is going to be your greatest guide right now. And for some of you too, this could be, in terms of travel with the light codes, this could be you guys literally, if you do meditation, this could be you guys maybe sort of, getting away, metaphorically travel, right, with meditation and things like that. You may even do astral travel and things like that as well. That may resonate for some of you. But I do feel that this is about, if you do that, right, and this is has something to do with that, I do feel that you guys still need to work on grounding yourself as well, because that is going to help you in this situation. So it's not just about tapping in to higher self and all the spiritual sort of side of things, but also keeping yourself grounded as well. So there could be a bit of a balancing act here with the two. But I feel like that is your advice from spirit guides, and I really hope that this reading was helpful to you today, and I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like if you enjoyed, and if you want to leave me a comment, please do. I would love to read it. Even if you just want to say hello, or you want to just drop an emoji or something, that is totally fine. I would love that. Any kind of communication, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please do if you enjoyed. Other than that, guys, take care, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye. Hi Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. So we are looking at your greatest achievement this lifetime. And we're starting off with a chakra card here, and then we're going to get into your main message, and we're going to get some advice after that. Now we have the heart chakra here. The reason I pulled a chakra card is because I wanted to see what aligned with this greatest achievement. Because this can be very helpful to you guys. Also might give you a bit more information as to what this could be as we start this reading, but also too, you may want to find ways at working with this chakra in order to help you progress further towards this greatest achievement. Now, like I mentioned in pile number 1, I am treating this reading today as something that is either a part of your current energy, so this is in process right now, this greatest achievement, or it is something happening in the future, okay? I'm not really taking this as something that has already come to fruition for you guys. So knowing that, like I said, this chakra may actually be helpful to you guys. So you have the heart chakra here. Okay, this is the 4th chakra. So it says the energy of the heart chakra supports our inner guidance system, which is governed by our heart and the capacity to love deeply. So this can be taken many ways, guys. To be honest, this could be something that truly speaks to your heart here, which will be your greatest achievement. So maybe this is something that is where you've really followed your heart. So, this could be a number of things, something that you really love to do. Maybe this greatest achievement doesn't have to be career related, guys. You know what I'm saying? This could be, your greatest achievement could be something to do with your spiritual growth. who you are as a person, that kind of thing, right? So it doesn't have to correlate to something in terms of career or something necessarily materially, right? So, but if this was career related, let's say, this could be, for instance, you guys, having a job that you truly love, right? That doesn't feel like a job to you. There is that saying, and I find a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's the saying. And so maybe, this is that for you guys. But that's just an example, right? Because, of course, we have a number of people watching. So everyone's situation is going to be different. So, but this could be also too something to do with heart growth here. So maybe this could be to do with opening up your heart. Maybe if you feel you might have been a bit closed off in the heart space, this is about opening up your heart. This could be to do with the love that you put out into the world, the love that you receive. This could also be a love situation. I don't know. We're gonna see what comes up, guys, but this is definitely to do with the heart chakra here. So if you guys haven't done a lot of chakra work, or maybe you do, either way, you may want to focus in on this fourth chakra, the heart chakra, and if you feel it needs healing, you may want to work on that. We may get some clues to that in the reading today, but you may just want to sort of work with the heart chakra in general, okay? And there are a number of ways you guys can do this. So you can, on YouTube, there are tons of videos about chakras, guys, so you may want to focus in on just this soul chakra, and there are a plethora of frequencies, binaural beats and all those kinds of things that you can do, meditations that relate to this chakra. You may want to do all 7 chakras. I do that very regularly, guys. It is very helpful, let me tell you. You guys might like to wear the color green, or work maybe with green crystals or something like that, to help you with this heart chakra work. Green might even be your favorite color, so that may be a bit of a confirmation for you guys that this is your reading. And I just heard yes, so I don't know. Some of you that are in this reading today, green is your favorite color. So let's get on to your main reading. Let's see what this is about. Let's see how this correlates to this heart chakra. So onto your main message now, guys. So we have Oracle and we have the Tarot, of course. So for your Oracle cards, we've got leadership, solitude, stillness, and fulfillment. And for your Tarot, we have the 7 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. Now, guys, interestingly enough, as I was shuffling and pulling these cards out, we had a little visitor. I had a magpie that was coming over and literally was trying his best to sneakily take one of my cards. So I don't know, that could be a message there for some of you guys. Maybe you have a connection with birds, maybe the magpie even in particular, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting. He really wanted one of my cards, and I was like, no, because I know I won't get that back if you fly off with that. So yes, I had to kind of shoo him away, as much as I love them, and I always talk to them and stuff, but yeah, he was definitely wanting one of my cards, so I'm like, nope, not today. So, and I think that actually works quite well with what I'm seeing at the moment with this reading, so we will get into that. But yes, so I want to start off here with the leadership card. So guys, this could be some kind of leadership role you are taking on. Maybe in general you guys embody that leadership energy. Okay, so we do have the 2 of Cups here as well, and I just want to quickly briefly mention that because I want to let you know, so to stay tuned, because there are 2 scenarios, or could be 2 scenarios here. So I am going to go into more of like a business type scenario, perhaps career related, and then I'm going to go into perhaps what could be a relationship scenario. So do stay tuned for the both of those. I'm going to start off with the business scenario though, So yeah, so leadership, you could actually have that leadership energy about you, and this could be something that you feel called to do, and this could be to do with your, you know, greatest accomplishment here. This could be some kind of leadership role, where you are leading others, or, you know, like I said, you are the leader in your own life here. You embody that energy. Now with the Seven of Wands, there could be some challenges here, guys, for you with this leadership role. Okay, so this, if you are resonating with this being perhaps some kind of career goal, or something that you know that you really want to do in this lifetime, obviously we're talking about achievement, so if this is something that you're trying to achieve or you want to achieve in regards to being a leader or some kind of leadership role, you know, bear in mind here with the Seven of Wands, you may be faced with people that sort of envy you maybe a little bit, and sort of want to try and what's the word I'm after? There was a specific word that I wanted to use there, guys, and I can't think of it. But someone may want to take your place, right? Someone may want to grab your prize, so to speak, you know. And you do, you know, we do come across sometimes those people in life, you know, that see somebody is on track to getting something, and then they go, oh, I think I want that too. And then all of a sudden, you know, they're fighting for the same thing. So you may come across this kind of energy. You know, people may be trying to sort of knock you off your I don't know what the word I was going to say was there, but sort of knock you off, right? So, you know, maybe you were on track to getting this and people are trying to push you out of the way. So you may have to sort of stand your ground a bit, sort of fight your corner a little bit. But the thing here is we have the Five of Swords as well, so there is a bit of caution needed here, guys, because the Five of Swords can talk about conflicts, and can talk about you know, having disagreements, arguments with people, and this is, you know, not always a win situation here, guys. So sometimes, you know, you may not come out the winner here if perhaps, you know, you're too focused on fighting for this goal to where, you know, you're becoming a little bit maybe disillusioned, right? Or you don't even know what you're fighting for anymore, or you're fighting for the wrong thing here, right, guys? And this could sort of not turn out in your favor. However, if it does turn out in your favor, you know, there could be some issues here to deal with in regards to that. Also too, if you're too focused on, you know, what people's opinions are or what other people are doing, instead of continuing towards the goal that you want to get to, and towards you know, whatever this is for you guys, there is a chance that someone else could actually steal the prize and come in because, you know, you are too focused on, for instance, you know, if you're one of these people, you know, no judgment here, guys, but, you know, I've had people like this in my life who like think they've got to be right all the time, and they love to prove that point, and they go to long lengths to prove that, you know, oh, see, I was right, and it's like, okay, well, calm down. You know, but some people are like that, and, you know, maybe if you resonate a little bit with that energy, again, no judgment, but, you know, maybe in doing so, you know, you were so focused on being right that you've actually taken your eye off the prize and somebody else has gotten there first. Or maybe, you know, the whole act of being right wasn't really what was important in the first place, you know what I'm saying? And so you're sort of losing out on getting to that achievement, getting to that goal. So I do feel like already there is a little bit of a warning here from Spirit, just to be careful in that sense, okay? So with the Two of Cups here, you know, this can be a partnership, a business partnership here, somebody that you're working with, or somebody that you get along with that sort of shares the same vision as you, someone that has the same ideas as you. You're really sort of flowing and working well together. This is somebody that you get along with, somebody that you can really work together with harmoniously, right? And, you know, this is related to the heart chakra, so maybe again this is something really coming from your heart space, something you're really passionate about. And we do have the Ace of Wands here, which talks about passion, right? So this could be something creative as well with the Ace of Wands, but it's something really coming from the heart space. And I'm just sort of seeing now, it's like, this is a bit of a weird analogy here, but Spirit's sort of showing me it's like two painters, right, who really paint from the heart, but coming together to paint on the one canvas. I know that sounds really weird, And you're probably thinking they've got different painting styles. The colors they're choosing may be very different. One may be going with bright, vibrant colors, the other may be going with pastels, or maybe more earthy tones. And it's sort of you think like, well, that could be contradictory, but yet for some reason, when it comes together, it works. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not an analogy, but that's what I'm being shown. So that's something here, guys, right? Okay, but it's someone you're working with that is very passionate. They're coming from the heart space as well, but it's like you guys have the same sort of ideas. You have the same goals, dreams. You just sort of work well together, right? And I'm hearing too, like, you can really easily bounce ideas off each other as well. So with the Seven of Pentacles here, this could be slow and steady growth. So don't be, disheartened here if, whatever it is you're working towards, or this great achievement, right, doesn't come overnight, or it's a long-term. I mean, this can talk about long-term stuff as well, right? So this can be you focusing for the long term. So this could be an achievement that you're hoping is going to last the rest of your life. This is going to set you up for the rest of your life. Something that you see yourself doing for many years to come, if this is in terms of business goals or a career or something, right? Yeah, so I mean, and the idea here is to not really get discouraged when you're not perhaps seeing the progress that you wish to see. And like I did say here with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Wands, you may come across some challenges here that you may have to sort of get over, but don't let that stop you sort of, ultimately getting to your goal, to your fulfillment, because we do have the fulfillment card here, guys. So, there is fulfillment here, and this is going to, I feel like, again, look at the two hands here, how the cups are getting filled up. This is going to fill up your cup. This is why we have the heart chakra. This is something that really taps into that heart space for you. So this is a heart, soul fulfilling achievement here for you guys. And with the Ace of Wands, and that kind of pairs too with the Seven of Pentacles, because whether you know it or not, if this is a little bit resonating with current energy, so this could be current or future energy. I'm not taking this reading as anything that's already happened, right, guys? So this is either happening now or it's in the future. And the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, right? And you can see the flame here, that's this flame that's growing, right? This has been ignited here. So you've probably already set the tone for this. You've planted the seed. So whether you haven't seen any growth yet or not, I think the important thing here is that the seed has probably already been planted, or it will be planted. You are going to get some kind of download or some kind of inspiration here with this Ace of Wands, where you're just going to suddenly be moved forward. I know what I want to do now. If you're not resonating with knowing this right now, and it is in terms of business or career, this will come to you, and it's like you're going to be very enlightened, and your passion is going to be ignited here with the Ace of Wands. Now with the solitude and the stillness here, guys, so I feel like for you guys, especially with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords, it is important for you guys to take some time out in solitude. And I think that is going to help you a lot in moving forward. So if there is a lot of conflict happening around you, if there is times where you feel like you really have to stand your ground, fight your corner, take some time out as well to sort of sit back and see the situation for what it is. It's that thing, maybe if you're a bit of an impulsive person, and if you are triggered in some way, or provoked in some way, maybe your first thought is to immediately act and react, I should say. But I feel it's going to be very beneficial for you guys to take that time out and to not maybe make that initial reaction, and that's what could save you here in terms of getting to this goal, this accomplishment, right? And you will, because this is what we're talking about here. This is going to be your greatest achievement in this lifetime, right? So you will get there. But this may lessen those obstacles, or just make that journey a little bit easier if you take some time out, and in the stillness too, because when we have that moment of solitude, that moment of peace, is when we can really think clearly, and we can get those messages from either our heart space, our soul, that inner wisdom, or even downloads, from spirit guides, if you resonate with, taking some time out to connect with the spirit realm. And, it just sort of, it resets us, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that time out, it just sort of resets us, and we're able to sort of refocus and go, okay, right, and we move on from here. And I like the way that this Seven of Wands card is portrayed too, because she looks like she's in a bit of meditation. She's sort of accessing, that inner wisdom a bit, but she's also got that sort of like protective bubble around her as well. So I feel like you guys will be taking that time out to sit with yourselves and just sort of, calm, don't react, or if I am going to react, let's see how I can approach this in the best way possible, not just for myself, but for others involved as well. So again, this is going to lead you guys to your fulfillment. So if this is a career related thing, this is definitely something that speaks to your heart. So this could be something very creative. If you haven't, if you're not on this path yet, you will be. So this inspiration will strike you, okay? And I do feel like this is something with a leadership position as well. So I do feel like, this is something where maybe you're leading others in the sense of whatever it is that you're creating here, whatever this achievement is. Others may look up to you, right? You may become a bit of an influencer for other people, or and now Spirit's showing me like Bob Ross. So for instance, like how everyone, even if you're not really that into painting or art, everyone knows Bob Ross, right? And everyone's like, oh, happy little trees, and so on and so forth. I don't know why I'm taking all these painting analogies. So maybe it's a painter. Maybe you want to be a painter. You're an artist, right? For some of you, but you may resonate with that, but. Yeah, so like Bob Ross, right? And people go, oh, and so many people, right? So many people have tried Bob Ross paintings. And actually, I think I will. I'll attach it into this reading, guys. You will see. I feel like something just bit me. Ow. Anyways, you will see. I did a Bob Ross painting, guys. And I can tell you right now, it didn't turn out the best, because I'm really not the greatest painter or drawer, I'll be honest. But I did it. And so I have a brother who's older than me, and he is actually a 3D animator. He does Hollywood movies and stuff. So he's Spider-Man and all those kinds of things. He's done a whole heap of stuff. He did one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm not talking about too much about my brother, but so he's the artist in the family, so he's really good at art, right? And I'm not. And so of course, I did this Bob Ross painting, and we were doing a tree, right? A happy little tree. And I literally was trying to get the right mixture of colors that Bob was saying, you need to mix this. And I'm trying, and this tree is just not turning out. It's like the leaves were not turning out the right color. And the more I was trying to fix it myself, the more purple this tree got. And anyway, I decided, well, if I continue with this, it's just going to get worse. So we'll leave it as it is. And well, there we go. I attempted a Bob Ross painting, and I showed my brother, and the first thing that he said was, why is there a purple tree? So I'm like, okay, look, can we not focus on the purple tree, please? But yeah, so if I remember, guys, I will put the picture into your pile, and you can have a look at my attempt at a Bob Ross painting. It's not good, guys. But anyways, you'll see what I mean. But so maybe you are a bit of a Bob Ross in the world of painters. You know what I'm saying? People look up to you in that way and say like, oh, take a cue from this person a little bit, or you're a bit of an influence. Also too, one of the two of you may be, this could, there's several scenarios here, right, guys, because this is the general readings, but one of you may be a bit more of a leader than the other. If that is the case, I don't feel an energy here of you guys sort of coming out of balance. I do still sort of feel like you guys are able to make things work, right? Because that's what we talk about with the Two of Cups. It's about having those same ideas, being sort of on the same page, right? You know, and so, but, you know, there may be a little bit of conflict here, but I do feel like it's something that can be overcome. And I feel like maybe for some of you, this may be a small few of you, you know, if you do have a bit of conflict within this partnership, you know, what's going to get you guys through it is taking that time away and just saying, okay, look, let's just take a time out. Let's take 5, right? And then we reconvene. And I think that's what's going to help you guys come back together and realign your vision, right? And where you guys are headed with this. So I think that's really all it takes, to be honest. Now, let's head into, but I feel like together, you know, you guys are leading the way in some form, but you know, yeah. So, and this if this doesn't resonate for any of you guys saying, well, I'm not planning on working with anyone, I'm not currently working with anyone, and you are sort of wanting, you know, sort of a career related reading here, or, you know, something to do with, you know, sort of your life purpose type sort of thing, this second cup, this second, you know, sort of energy here could be relating to the people maybe that you're connecting to. So for instance, if you are an influencer of some type, this could be your followers, this could be the people that watch you, that listen to you, that, you know, admire your paintings, whatever, right? This could be, you know, other you know, people involved here. Okay, so let's take this now, if this was a relationship, okay, for some of you guys. So I do feel like, again, with this Two of Cups, this is somebody that you're, you know, in harmony with, you know, that you're very connected to on a soul level as well as a physical level. So there's a definite deep connection there, okay? And you guys may be wanting to build something stable together, because we do have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, you know, there is a thing here about, you know, understanding that, you know, things take time, and, you know, nothing may be happening overnight, but, you know, you guys are planting the seeds and things will happen over time, you know, as long as you continue to care and nurture whatever this is that you're working towards together, right? Now, you know, yes, this even can resonate in terms of the Seven of Wands. Maybe people see that you've finally, you know, found your person, for instance, and, you know, people are a little bit jealous of that, you know, oh, I'm single and this person's in a relationship or something, you know, and, you know, you may be met with a bit of I don't want to say envy necessarily, but maybe a little bit, you know, maybe people just a little bit of jealousy here. I really, you know, don't feel like it's anything huge that you guys are going to have to fight off or anything like that. You know, maybe, you know, for some of you there may be just a small few of you, some friends or family that maybe, like, say they don't agree with the relationship, or they're like, you know, I don't think that, you know, this relationship's good for you or whatever else. But I feel like that is more of the sense coming from, you know, because they wish they were in your position, right? They wish they had the relationship you had. They're wanting to be where you are, and so they may come, and it may not be fully intentional, you know what I mean? It may just sort of come out that way, you know, because they're kind of like, well, you know, I see how happy Pile 2 is, and I wish I had that kind of, you know, emotional fulfillment, right, with the heart chakra there. I wish I was that happy, you know, from my heart space. So and, you know, I'm going to say it, don't take it to heart, really. I think for some of you guys, just be careful in how you deal with that situation moving forward. Again, like I mentioned before with the Five of Swords, you know, just be very careful as to how you deal with that conflict if it is around you. This could be standing up for some of you as well, though, for this relationship. If you are resonating with maybe a lot of people that don't agree with your relationship, and you feel that, you know, they are wanting to come across that way, and they're literally saying to you no to this relationship, or I don't agree, I feel like some of you really standing your ground. You know, for some of you, you know, for instance, let's say if it's family that doesn't agree, you're sort of standing up and saying, well, I love this person, so I'm going to be with them anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for some of you it is standing up a little bit for this this relationship. Now we have the Ace of Wands here, so this is new beginnings. So even if this is someone, if you're with this person currently, there could be new energy coming in. If this is someone that you're not with just yet, you'll be meeting this person soon. I do feel like there's passion ignited here with you guys. This is going to be a very passionate relationship. The sparks are going to be flying. And again, I do feel like the both of you perhaps will be working towards something that will be long term, that is going to offer you long-term stability, okay, in terms of the pentacles here, because, you know, that's what we mainly talk about here with pentacles, something material, right? And so in terms of leadership here, I do feel like perhaps one of you may be more on the I wear the pants in the relationship, is a way to put it, sort of side of things. But I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like that's a big deal. I feel like, you know, you're sort of okay with that. I don't feel like it's causing too much of an issue here. But like I said, if that is the case and does cause some conflict or confusion, I feel like, you know, you guys just taking a step back and saying, okay, we'll just, you know, take some time alone for a minute, and then we reconvene, we discuss it, we talk about it, we move forward. But I feel like you guys could even be that couple, you know, that, and I've just realized something else to a possibility, so hopefully I can get back to that. But, you know, this could be a situation too where maybe you guys are sort of like, what do they call, I don't know what they call it. There is something they call it, like, it's like influencers, but, you know, relationship wise, where like people are like, oh, look at that couple, like, you know, we want to be like them. I don't know, I'm not up with all the new terms and stuff, to be honest with you guys. Today's generation's, you know, terms for things, because I am 37. But there's something that people say, I don't know what it is, but it's like, you know, where people see a couple and they're kind of like, oh, you know, like, you know, look at that couple, they're so in love and blah blah blah, and, you know, everyone just sort of admires them, and, you know, I wish I had a relationship like theirs, and, you know, they seem to be in so much harmony and peace, and, you know, they just work really well together, and they're sort of that, you know, sort of like an ideal couple. But that's not it, that's not what I want to say, like the real term that I want to say, but you know what I'm saying, right guys? They could be that as well. And just before I forget, the other option too, going back to career-wise too, for some of you even, maybe you're a bit of a matchmaker. And I was trying to think of the word for a minute there. I was like, I know there's a proper term. So maybe you're bringing people together and you're that leader in that sense. But that's just for a very small few of you. It may not resonate, obviously, with everybody. But whatever this is, guys, this is going to bring you fulfillment. So this, if this is a romantic relationship, this is going to be a very fulfilling relationship for the both of you. I feel like for some of you too, maybe the two of you enjoy this time in solitude and stillness. You know, it's like maybe you're the kind of couple that likes to take time out just for yourselves and get away, and you sort of enjoy that time in solitude and that time in peace and tranquility just with yourselves. So, you know, maybe you guys go on a lot of, you know, vacations, just take out time for yourself, or you're a bit of homebodies as well. You could be homebodies and just like to stay at home a lot and just sort of be with yourselves. Maybe you might have, you know, this may be a little bit of the conflict here. Maybe some people are like, we don't see enough of you, but maybe you guys just like to, you know, to stay, you know, keep to yourselves and stay at home a lot and sort of be with each other. So that could be something there as well. Okay, so guys, I am going to leave this here. I'm going to get on to the next section now. We're going to get some advice for you guys. So the advice being here is like how, if this is your current situation, what you could further do. And if it's not your current situation, how to get closer to this achievement. Okay, so to whatever this is for you. So let's get into that now. So we have 5 oracle here, guys. This is your advice, and like I said, guys, this is either going to help you in your current situation to move to take, you know, further steps, right? Or this is going to be beginning steps for you guys, perhaps, or some kind of advice to get you closer to this achievement, right? Or on the path to obtaining this. So we have living light energy, see the beauty in life. Emotional challenges resolve the issue. lead the way, light your own path, soul fragments, balance will be restored. And we have channel your knowledge, critical judgment. So we have the number 25, 25 breaking down to a 7, 13 breaking down to a 4, 23 breaking down to a 5, 33 breaking down to a 6, and the number 8. So any of those numbers might be relevant for you guys. So this makes a ton of sense, right? So living light energy, see the beauty in life. So I feel like, this is you guys sort of just embracing, falling more in love with your situation. We did talk about, you guys getting that ultimate fulfillment, right? So I feel like this is allowing you guys to see the beauty in life, whatever this is. It's gonna open your heart space a lot more. So maybe for some of you, maybe you felt like you were a little bit closed off in the heart space, but this is definitely going to open things up for you. And yeah, you're going to be seeing things in a different light. For some of you, this is relationship-wise, and I know this is a little cliche, but it's like that thing where they say you're in a relationship with your person, or someone that you really love, and it's you're seeing now I've got a song in my head. I just saw a sparkle of light, so Spirit agrees with that. But okay, I don't know who sings this. I'll try and get the link and put it in the description if I remember. But the song is and I never saw blue like that before. Across the sky, around the world, you're giving me all you have and more. No one else has ever shown me how to see the world the way I see it now. Oh, wow. I never saw blue like that before. So I don't know if you guys know that song. It's from the 90s, I think. But anyways, it's where it's oh, the sky is so blue now, and the leaves are so green, the roses are so red, it's that kind of a thing. And it's a little bit cliche, I know, but we kind of do feel like that, don't we? If you've experienced that in terms of love. But it's that kind of a thing. So I think you're really seeing the beauty in life, but I think mainly it's just like I said, because your heart space has been opened, right? And yeah, there's a lot of beauty to be seen and felt here with this, whatever this is that your achievement is, right? Whether you resonate with it being a business type thing, or like I said, a career type thing, or if it's a relationship. Now, emotional challenges, and we did speak about that with the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So, and it says resolve the issue. But again, I feel like you guys have the key to sort of do that. Like I said, I feel like solitude is going to be very helpful for you guys, taking some time out to yourself, sort of, reanalyzing things, seeing how you really feel about a certain situation, before reacting, sort of taking that moment to yourself and saying, okay, how can I look at this in a different way? Or not even that, you don't necessarily have to go away and reflect, but just taking that time out to breathe and just be with yourself, can be very, very helpful. So I feel like, that's what you guys will be doing, and finding that time, appreciating that stillness, that moment of silence, of peace, whatever it is for you guys, that really helps you to move forward with these emotional challenges, to get out of these challenges that you will face, to overcome them. But yeah, you may face some conflict, you may face some people that maybe don't wish maybe the best for you, and I know that's a hard thing sometimes to think about or to face, but people don't always wish the best for us, unfortunately, and it does usually come from a place sometimes where there's jealousy or something involved. People are like, well, I wish I had what they had, and but at the end of the day, guys, that's their issue, not yours. So try and see it that way, and sort of just refocus and go within and find that peace and tranquility, and get back to focusing on your situation. So lead the way. And we did have leader. So this is light your own path. So I feel like, you know, you guys may be doing something different here. You know, maybe you're doing a little something that not everybody else has done. Maybe you're the black sheep of the family here. You resonate with that. I certainly do. And you know, maybe this is something a little bit different, and maybe it is lighting the way for others as well. You know, people are sort of like, oh, you know, like, let's follow in their footsteps, or you know, not necessarily in the sense of, you know, people saying, oh, I don't want to be them exactly, like I need to be them. Oh, there was a song that was coming to mind there. Wasn't there some song about, like, I don't want to be like you, or something about, like, I don't want to be you. It's like, I admire you, but I don't want to be you. I don't know what that song is. There's some sort of song in a similar realm to that. Anyways, moving on. So light your own path. Yeah, so you guys are lighting the way for not just yourself, but I feel like for others as well, perhaps even. So yeah, but it's maybe a bit of a different path, you know, but that's, we're all here on our own journeys, right? So, you know, because everyone's different, and everyone's soul purpose and journey, and you know, all the things that we do here in life, it's going to be different, right? And with the soul fragments, balance will be restored. So again, if there is that conflict, if you do face some challenges, I feel like you guys are going to figure out a way to restore that balance. And again, I do feel like a lot of that will come from you guys taking that time out in solitude, or taking a step back, okay? And for some of you, this whole thing coming to fruition is what's going to give you that restored balance. So maybe if things are out of balance now in your life, if you're resonating with that, this will bring you into balance. So this is the thing that's coming, and again, we're talking about your greatest achievement, right? So, you know, if you're resonating with, you know, being really out of balance, and maybe you're thinking like, I don't know, you know, I've done so many different things, but nothing seems to bring me into this balance. Maybe this is the thing that's going to, you know, restore that balance for you guys. And channel your knowledge, critical judgment. Again, guys, I see a couple of different things with this. I think, you know, this could resonate with the Five of Swords, you know, this outer conflict of people having their say, people saying things, you know, and maybe even with the Seven of Wands as well. And so you're sort of fighting off, or you know, having to fend for yourself here, fight your corner, if you will. But I feel like this could also be judgment on yourself. And in which case, you know, guys, be kind to yourself, please. And I feel like, you know, this could come to, you know, a point where there's a bit of confusion. Maybe you're a bit confused of what other people are having their say, and they're saying things, and you're confused about now what you feel about the situation and things. But again, I'm just going back to that solitude, about that stillness. That is what is going to help you guys, okay? And in that moment, you're going to be able to channel the truth. Like, you're going to get to the heart of the matter. You're going to, you know, be able to figure out what you really feel about it. And, you know, we need to do that a lot, guys. You know, it is really important to take a step back sometimes, to take some time out, because we can get so influenced by, you know, outer circumstances, other people having their say, you know, and all these things. And we forget what we feel. We forget what it is that we want. And, you know, what our own thoughts and mind is telling us, what our heart is telling us, what our soul really wants. So it is important to take that time out for you guys. That solitude and stillness is really, really important for you guys to know here. But this was your reading, guys. I really, really hope it resonated. And please like if you did enjoy this. And if you would like to comment, I would love that, guys. Let me know how this resonated for you. Or if you'd just like to say hello, or just leave an emoji or something. I would love that, guys. And take care. I will see you on the next reading. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So this is your greatest achievement this lifetime. So we are going to start off with a chakra card. I want to see what chakra aligns with your achievement here. So this may, you know, give us a clue, but also this may be very helpful for you in terms of getting closer to that achievement. And then we're going to get into your main message, so what this achievement is about, what it is, and then we're going to get into some advice from Spirit. So you guys have got the first chakra. Okay, so this is the root chakra, the base chakra. So it says the energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. So for a lot of you guys, you know, this could be in terms of safety and stability. So whatever you're achieving here could have something to do with that, setting up some kind of stability in life, feeling secure, you know, and of course this is groundedness as well, so being very grounded perhaps in this lifetime, meaning that, you know, you're very present in the 3D, and, you know, some of you may have a connection with Mother Gaia. You may be very connected to the earth, again, like that grounding, right? And, you know, this could be a physical thing as well for some of you guys. Maybe there's some kind of aspect of your physical body here that will be your greatest achievement. So this could be in terms of fitness, for instance. But we will see. So let's have a look and see. So I do want to say about these chakras, so for anyone that you know, isn't very maybe aware of chakras or knowledgeable about them just yet, you can find a plethora of information, of course, on them from various sources. But, you know, if you want to get in touch with your chakras, you know, to awaken, you know, your chakra, to align your chakras, you know, to activate them, for instance, right, you can do this. YouTube has a plethora of wonderful videos that you can watch, and I do honestly use them all the time, guys. You can get ones just on the root chakra, but you can also get, you know, ones that have the whole 7 chakras as well, and the 7 chakras one is something that I do regularly, and I do find it helps me out a lot. But you can find one just on the chakra, and so these will be like a meditation. This could be binaural beats or some particular frequency that you know, aligns you with this chakra. And you know, some of you may already be aware about this chakra. Maybe it, you know, for some of you, you already do work with this chakra a lot, or you're very aware of its you know, presence in your life. And for some of you too, this could be maybe currently a bit more about you healing, needing to heal this chakra in order to get towards this achievement. So yeah, let's get into your main messages, guys. So on to your main reading now, pile 3. So we're going to look at what this accomplishment could be. So we have 4 oracle cards here. We have embracing, we have purification, action, and protection. For your tarot cards, we have the Hierophant, the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. So for a lot of you guys, this works well, right, with the root chakra, because this speaks to me of stability and you know, that's feeling of security and safety and stuff, right? And we do have the card of protection there as well. So I do feel like for a lot of you, I feel like, you know, for some of you, this is you feeling rather guarded right now, and, you know, like your protection, like your walls are kind of up a little bit, but I'll get into that in a minute. And for others of you, I feel like this is about you gaining that protection, and feeling safe and secure in your environment. So, and of course, guys, as you know, I have to go through all the options here because this is a general reading. So so let's take this in steps. So if this is in regards to like job, career kind of a deal, you know, so in terms of that, I feel like you could be collaborating with the 3 of Pentacles here with other people, that would help you to gain this 10 of Pentacles energy, right? To help you move forward with the 3 of Wands there. And, you know, with the 2 of Swords, there may be a reluctancy to do that, I'm sort of feeling, or maybe there is, because the 2 of Swords can talk about having a choice to make, right, and not wanting to make a choice, or even sort of not aware even that you're needing to make a choice in some cases. But it's like, you know, not making a decision is making a decision, you know what I mean? So Yeah, I just feel like I feel a sense of resistance with you guys, and I feel like that's why the embracing card is here, because I feel like this next step, it's important for you guys to embrace the opportunities coming forward, and that's what the Three of Wands can talk about too, right? Being able to see new opportunities that are ahead for you. And so in order to step into this Ten of Pentacles energy, right, and it doesn't have to be in the relationship sense for you guys, this can just be about you having that stability, right? Having that security, feeling those four walls, you know, around you, having that roof over your head, having the money to support yourself and you know, live a comfortable life, that kind of thing, right? It doesn't have to be so like marriage, for instance, if that's not your thing. But we do have the Hierophant, so marriage is something I will talk about in a minute. Now, or like a union, right? It doesn't have to be marriage. Sorry, guys. So the Three of Pentacles, yeah. So again, this is collaboration with others. And see, everyone here has their own job to do. So this is like appreciating the fact that, you know, by working with others, you know, sometimes it makes life it makes things easier. Sometimes, you know, in order to do something, we need to collaborate with people. So for instance, you know, everyone's got their own thing to bring to the table. And as you can see here with this card, this Three of Pentacles, you know, you've got the guy holding it up. You've got the girl, she's, you know, embellishing it with, I guess, jewels or something, little diamantes. And then you've got the girl at the bottom who's actually doing the knitting, right? So they're all got their part to play, and sometimes that can be, you know, the benefit in working with other people. And a lot of the time, you know, we can be a bit resistant to this because we think, you know, this is a solo journey, or this is something I need to do on my own. But there really can be a benefit to working with others here. And so this could be you working with others, this could be new co-workers, this could be, again, some sort of partnership, teamwork here that you're engaging in that could lead you to this more stability, to this Ten of Pentacles. But there's a need for you to take action here on this. So I feel like there's a bit of hesitancy here. And again, I feel like for some of you, you may have that protection guard up. So you are, you know, sort of a little bit, as I said, I just want to keep saying the word reluctant, guys. That's what I keep feeling. You know, with the Hierophant here, you know, this can speak about spiritual stuff. It can speak about religion as well, you know, but it can talk about mentoring, you know, being a teacher as well. So maybe some of you guys are in the teaching field, you know, or there's something that you want to teach people. There's some sort of, you know, something that you want to pass on to others in some form, some way. But, you know, this could be a clue too that it may be really helpful for you to work with others. And in terms of business and stuff as well, you know, the Three of Pentacles can be helpful because, you know, we don't always know everything about everything, right? So, you know, if you're wanting to start a business, you may have the idea, or you may have, you know, the skills at what you're actually doing in the business, but what you don't maybe know about is the financial side of things. You know, maybe you're not, you know, the best at finances, and so maybe you need to it would be very productive and helpful to work with somebody who knows a lot about the finances, who may not know about the parts that you're very good at. You know what I'm saying? So it just, you know, sometimes it can really come to benefit. And sorry guys, I know the background noise has really turned up. It's getting late. I'm trying to finish this reading off, and the birds are out, and they get so noisy at this time of night. And we also have some guys that have joined us on the field playing soccer, so sorry about that, guys. But we'll press on. So, yeah, so, you know, and this could be maybe something's at the idea stage for you guys, you know, and in order to get this to be stable for you, to turn this into something, right, to bring this to fruition, you know, to get it out of the idea stage, you need to maybe work with some people. But I feel like you're a bit in your head about it. You're a bit, you know, indecisive with this Two of Swords. It's like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I want to act on this. But Spirit is asking you to embrace this moment, embrace these opportunities, and take action, right? You need to take action here moving forward. With this Three of Wands as well, the great thing about this card too is, you know, you come from the Two of Wands, which is about the planning stages, right? But the Three of Wands is like, okay, we've got the plan, and now we can sort of really start making moves, right? And typically on the traditional tarot, you've got a really long path that the person can see ahead of them. So it's like, I think there's even like a castle or something off in the distance. So, you know, you can see ahead. So if there are any challenges or any obstacles or whatever may be approaching you, it's sort of like you're able to sort of see these things, right? You have a bit of forewarning's not really the word I want to say, but there's a bit of prior knowledge there. You can see how, I like this analogy here where she's here with her surfboard and she can see the ocean, right? It's like she can see, you know how, I don't surf, guys, but I don't know if I'm using the right terms here, but you know when people want to see what the tides are like before they go surfing, and so she's sort of, it's almost like she's standing there assessing the tide, right? You know, can I go out, can I not go out, you know, blah blah blah. But it's like she's got that knowledge, right, that prior knowledge. And the Hierophant in general too can just indicate a commitment that you're making to this, or that you're needing to make to this, in order to gain this stability. I feel like it's something around stability for you guys, really tapping into that root chakra as well. Like, it's important for you to feel protected, safe, and secure in your environment. And this really is something that you're going to build for yourself in this lifetime, because this is what we're talking about, right? Your greatest achievement this lifetime. And that's what this is going to be, that security, that stability for you. Whether it be in terms of you know, your career, or you know, something along those lines, or whether it is to do with a relationship here, because this is the side of things as well. This could be a relationship for some of you guys, and the Hierophant can talk about marriage. So for some of you, not for all of you, because of course not everybody, you know, not everybody wants to get married or believes in marriage, right? I am certainly like someone who's like, you know, you can be in a committed relationship without, you know, the marriage aspect, for sure. So you know, so for some of you it could be marriage, but it might just be the whole thing of commitment with someone. And you know, in regards to the Three of Pentacles, in terms of that, you know, this is sort of, you know, having you open up to the idea of collaborating with someone, actually sharing your life with someone. You know, the fact that having another person involved here could actually help to better things for your life. You know, maybe you've been someone who's very independent, right? And this could be with the Two of Swords as well. Maybe time is approaching for a relationship for you, a serious relationship, or you know, maybe one's already been presented to you. And you're umming and ahhing about it, but it's kind of like, you know, maybe you've been really content with yourself and you think, no, I'm happy in my life. I've been, you know, doing this for a while now, this solo thing, and I'm become really independent. I can take care of myself. I can do all this myself. But you know, I think maybe, you know, the universe is kind of saying to you, well, you know, like, how about opening yourself up to the idea of having someone to share your life with, having someone, you know, work with you, and you not having to do everything by yourself, and you know, you can still have your independence, absolutely. And you know, I do feel like that's an important thing as well, to have your own independence, you know, to keep that within a relationship. But you know, I also feel like, you know, there is a thing here where it's like, you know, try to be open about the idea of actually collaborating with someone. Someone that, you know, you can, you know, yeah, share your life with. And again, this is going to take action on your part, but I do feel like there's a resistance right now. So the blindfold, as you can see on this Two of Swords, needs to be taken off, guys. I think there needs to be a realization here, whether it's current energy or whether it's future energy, where there is a decision that's going to need to be made here to move forward, especially with that Three of Wands energy, right? And you may see this approaching, you may know this is approaching. For some of you, I just heard, it's kind of like, you know, you may feel like I'm at that stage in my life where everyone's sort of expecting me, like, well, when are you going to get married? You know, when are you going to bring kids into, you know, the relationship or something? You know, when am I get to be a grandma or a grandma? And maybe there's a bit of pressure there, and so you're sort of, you know, resisting a little bit. But Spirit's really asking you to embrace this time in your life, because, you know, this is one of the great things that you will achieve here. And for some of you, it is literal family. So, you know, and I take that with the Three of Pentacles as well. You know, team of three. So maybe there is a baby involved. If it's not a child, it could be a fur baby, it could be anything, right? Maybe this is you guys even getting together to birth something different, like maybe you know, with your partner you start a lucrative business, and this brings a lot of stability, and safety and security in for you guys. So that could be the aspect here as well. With the purification, I don't know, that's interesting to me. You know, that you know, it's funny because I'm kind of getting the sense, I don't know why, it's just a little bit funny to me, but it's kind of getting the sense where it's like, if, for instance, you're resonating with, you know, the independence thing in terms of relationship, right? And you're like, well, I've been really happy and content doing my own thing. I don't want to be, you know, disrupted from that. You know, this is my routine. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing. You know, for some of you, I feel like it's that, like, people are sort of saying like, well, you know, you're in your 30s or 40s or whatever, you know, I don't no offense guys with the ages that I've just mentioned there, take it as you will, it's just an example, but you know, let's just say, like, you know, oh, you know, you're still going out late nights and you're partying and you're doing all this stuff. And I think, you know, in some ways there might be people in your surroundings that think that, you know, oh, I just wish that they'd find someone, you know, this might ground them a bit more, this might, you know, bring them down to earth a bit more, so that they're not so in bachelor mode or bachelorette mode or something like that, you know. So and that, you know, even if people aren't thinking that or saying that, you know, that may be a bit of a what's the word I'm after here, kind of the meaning behind this all, you know, unknowingly perhaps to you, is to sort of ground you a bit more. Maybe this is the point here, that you're not grounded enough. Maybe you are sort of high up in the clouds a lot, and people just wish you'd come back down to earth. Or maybe the universe is like, we need to bring this person a bit more down to earth. And I feel like there's a reluctancy here to do that. Maybe you're afraid to take the next step into the next phase of your life. But I do feel, you know, again, with this embracing card, that this is something that is going to be very good for you. And it is going to offer you a lot of stability, a lot of financial gain here as well. I feel it in all terms. I mean, that's what the Ten of Pentacles talks about, right? It's the roof over their head. It's the finances, you know, it's the material sort of stuff, the wealth as well. And it's the, you know, the family stuff. So I do feel that, you know, if you would just, you know, open up a little bit more to this idea, you know, and really take that in with the Three of Wands there, right? Take in what's coming towards you, what opportunities you have before you, that, you know, things are going to shift for you guys in a really, really positive way. And this is, you know, I have to laugh because I can hear some of you sort of saying, but I'm not ready for this, or I don't want this, or this isn't what I wanted to hear. And I'm just kind of giggling a bit because it's like, you know, but this is what's coming. This is going to be your greatest achievement. Yeah. So, yeah. So guys, I am going to get into the next section now. So I'm going to move into your advice from Spirit. So we're going to see what Spirit has to say. This could be advice for your next steps. You know, if you're currently sort of in this energy and you resonate with that being a current energy, then, you know, this could be, you know, what to do right now. But, you know, if it's a future energy, if it hasn't happened yet, hasn't approached you yet, then this can just be, you know, things that might clue you into you're getting closer to this achievement, right? So yeah, let's get into that part now. Alright, so pile 3, we have 5 oracle cards here for your advice. Let's get into that. So we have Secret Temptation, being led astray. We have Galactic Healer, move forward with an open mind. We have Kundalini Rising, ignite your passion for life. We have Awakened Spirit, desire to change. And we have Birth of Creation, potential growth. So we have the number 31, which breaks down to a 4. We also have 4 with Awakened Spirit here. We have 17 breaking down to an 8. and we have 22, another 4 breaking down to, and we have a 6. So 4 might be a really important number for you guys. You might see 444, but any of these other numbers can be relevant to you as well. So I think this is very straightforward, guys. So with the secret temptation here being led astray, this is kind of what I know. I was giggling about it, but in all seriousness, guys, this could be to where, you know, perhaps you're not on the path that you know, is for your highest good right now. I don't know that I entirely believe, to be honest with you, that we're ever on the wrong path, because I still believe that we find our way back to where we're meant to be, or where we are, even because of course we do have free will, right? So we get to make our own choices here. Even if things have sort of planned out within that, we still kind of get to make our own choices, right? Does that make sense? And so it's like we can sort of, I don't think we ever necessarily alter the whole picture, the entire picture, of course, because if something's destined for us, it's destined, right? But I think we can kind of, you know, alter some things. We can change a little bit about the way it sort of comes to happen, or some aspects of it. So like, I don't think you can ever really be on the wrong path, to be honest, but I do think because we're all here to learn lessons and things, right? But having said that, though, with like free will, I do kind of want to say, like, sometimes we do things that we know aren't good for us, but we do them anyway. And it's kind of like, you know, it's obviously doesn't help us in any way. It doesn't, you know, support our growth. It only hinders us, right? So, but, you know, that can happen too sometimes. But, you know, perhaps maybe your choices at the moment, or in, you know, aren't best serving your highest good. And so this change that's coming in, this, you know, whether it's a partnership, a business thing, the security and stability that you're going to get out of this, right? This is going to take you or lead you back to where you're meant to be, or just in a much better place than perhaps you are now. So just take that as it resonates, right? Because that's not for everybody. But, you know, and again, like I said, you know, maybe you're really in your individuality, like I'm really in my independence, sorry, is what I want to say, right now, and you're thinking like, I don't need anybody else, I can do this myself, you know, and you know, maybe you are really living that up to the extent of, you know, like I said, you're still partying late at night, or you're really living the bachelor or the bachelorette life, and excuse me. And that stability is really wanting to come in for you, but it's like, you know, you're still in this mindset, and it's like, you know, there's not an openness to this, I don't feel. I just heard you can't go on like this forever, so I don't know who that was for, but, you know, that might resonate with someone. So it's kind of like, you know, you can't, and that is true, you know, comes a point in time where we do have to grow up, right? We do have to accept the fact that we're getting older, we're adults now, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, if this is some kind of like, you know, I'm still acting like you know, 18 or something when I'm, you know, 30, in my 30s, like, you know, there may need to be a change there, of course, and we did speak about embracing this change. So with Galactic Healer, move forward with an open mind. So again, yes, this works with the embracing as well, and just, you know, being open to this coming into your life, not shutting down, not putting that protective wall up, right, but being open to this change, open to this happening, because it is going to be, as we say, your greatest achievement, right? So this is going to be something very positive for you guys. We're not talking about something negative here. We're not talking about things, you know, happening to you that aren't good for you or anything like that. We're talking about your greatest achievement. So this is for your highest good, okay? Now, Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. So maybe, you know, something even might be sparked here. Something may be reignited here. So you may be thinking you're living the high life, right? Maybe if you're associating with, you know, just doing your own thing. And, oh, I'm living, this is great. I don't need to collaborate with anybody. I don't need to, you know, get together with unite with anybody, or do anything with anybody. You know, I'm cool, I'm me, you know. Sorry. But, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like you become more open to this, and you know, you start experiencing this, things start happening, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is a whole new passion that I'm feeling here for life. This is you know, this has sparked something new in me, and I feel like that could very well happen for a lot of you. And so that's why you're really being guided to let your guard down here and be embracing of this upcoming change. And you know, again, awakened spirit, this very well might be a spiritual awakening for you guys. This may awaken something within you, like I said, some kind of new sense of self, but with the desire to change. So it really does fall on you guys here too, about, you know, being accepting to this change and embracing that change, because at the end of the day, we do have free will, and you can sit there and cross your arms and say, you know, no, I refuse to accept these changes, I refuse to transform, I refuse to, you know, move forward and things like that. But again, like I said, you know, also too, you know, not making a decision, you know, you may think that it's okay to sit in this sort of area of procrastination right now, or maybe like, you know, well, I'm not just not going to make a choice, but you're still making a choice in doing that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, right. So embrace the change, guys. And birth of creation, potential growth. So this is really going to be good for your growth, I feel like, guys, because we have the igniting the passion here, right? We have the awakened spirit. So this is really good for your higher self here, guys, for your growth. And you know, that is what we're here to do. We are here to grow, evolve as souls, right? And so, you know, this is a really important thing for you guys. You know, and with the birth of creation too, I have to say, guys, you know, this could be literal as well. So maybe you guys, you know, this is the birth of your project, this is the birth of your new business, or this is the birth of perhaps a child or something like that, right? But I just had to mention that. But you know, this is growth for you in terms of, you know, spiritual growth, right? And this is really going to level you guys up, I feel. So you're leveling up, I feel like. But you just need to be open to these changes and to the opportunities, right, that are in front of you, that hopefully you're able to see or will see with that Three of Wands that we had earlier on. So guys, this was your reading. I really hope it was helpful. If you liked this reading, please like and subscribe if you haven't, guys, because then you get more of my awesome content and all the other stuff that comes with it, and you get to be part of the fam, which I would love to see. Okay, and if you want to comment, go ahead and comment, guys. Would love to read it. If you don't really feel like saying anything, you can just leave me an emoji if you want to, or something like that, or you can just say hello. Okay, and guys, take care. I will hopefully see you on the next reading. Yeah, lots of love, guys. Bye.